Hi guys, since the Iditarod is done, we're not going to be looking at those spreadsheets or maps or charts, but we are going to be continuing our study of nonfiction material, and we're going to move from the spreadsheets and maps and charts to something that's called an infographic. An infographic is a piece of nonfiction informational text that uses a combination of images, graphics, short pieces of text, lots of statistics and facts that are easy to pull out, and then from those facts and details and statistics we can draw lots of inferences. So this is considered an infographic because what it is little short pieces of nonfiction text with lots and lots of visual aids. So you're using pictures to support your text and vice versa. So you're not reading, it's not text heavy. It's really something that helps keep your interest, draw your attention in, and help you learn it a lot faster. So I created this infographic looking at the statistics from my Google Classroom. I noticed as of last week, 100% of the 7th graders that I teach for ELA are now connected to my ELA Google Classroom. I noticed that 46% of you have turned in at least one assignment. Sadly, 25% I've not heard a single thing from since you signed up from Google Classroom. Out of all of the students that have turned work in, only 11% of the actual students have turned in work. And then the last graphic, 30 minutes is the amount of time you should spend doing your ELA work each day, including your reading. So each of these visual graphics are designed to catch your attention and just give you the facts. So once we've identified the facts, then we can go on and draw some conclusions. So looking at the data from this infographic, here are 3 facts that I have pulled easily from the graphics. First, 100% of the students have signed in. 46% of these students have handed something in. And lastly, 30 minutes of ELA work is sufficient each day. Using these 3 facts, I can develop an implicit meaning or an inference. So looking at these facts that everybody's signed in, but the work's not coming in, I can draw the conclusion that while all students know they need to do their schoolwork, they're struggling to get it turned in, and those reasons I can't determine from the facts. The facts tell me that everybody knows they have to be on, they're just not producing or not turning it in, and the reasons are not available in these facts. Here's an infographic that we had in the classroom talking about the value or the impact of reading 20 minutes a day. So the explicit meaning, the facts that I can get from this infographic. A student who reads 20 minutes a day will be exposed to 1.8 million words per year, and they are more likely to score in the 90th percentile on their standardized tests. A student who reads 5 minutes per day instead of 20 will be exposed to 282,000 words per year and score usually within the 50th percentile on standardized tests. And then those students who read only 1 minute per day will only be exposed to 8,000 words a year and are really only likely to score in the 10th percentile. And the 10th percentile means 90% of the students in the same age range or grade range will score better. So that's the explicit meaning. What's the implicit meaning I can get from this chart? Well, the more you read, the more words you'll know, and the more words you know, the better you'll perform on tests or any other school-related function. I can also infer that students that don't read will have a much more limited vocabulary, and school is going to be a whole lot harder because they don't have the words to understand what they need to do. For this last infographic, it's pretty much the same material as on the last slide, but one of the things that we're looking at is, in addition to words that you will be exposed to and percentages on your test, it's also looking at the number of hours you will have read by 6th grade. So imagine if you read 20 minutes a day, you will have read 852 hours by the time you've learned to read until you're in 6th grade. For kids that don't read, you only will have read 42 hours by the time you're in 6th grade. And guys, 42 hours is less than 2 full days. So think about that from the time you've learned to read until the time you reach the 6th grade. If you don't read at home or you don't read on your own, you will have read less than 2 days worth of reading time. And the inferences that we can make from that is, if you don't read, school is going to be so much harder than it needs to be. And for those kids that are reading 851 hours, I mean, do the math, figure out how many days that is. The advantages that you will have because you are a reader are pretty clear. So once you've taken a look at this video, I'm going to be posting some infographics, and what I'm going to be asking you to do on these infographics is to come up with at least 3 facts from the infographic and then draw a conclusion. Develop some implicit understanding of that text. What do the facts tell you about the situation? What do the statistics help you understand about a given topic?